All right, Devin the Dream Haney and Ryan Garcia. Ticket sales for their fight looking kind of abysmal. Will they be able to turn it around? And honestly, does it even matter? Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, I'm gonna do a special request video where there's been people making an observation about the upcoming fight on April 20th between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, and whether or not that is going to support the proposition that Devin Haney made, that he is the face of boxing. Is it going to support the proposition that Gervonta Davis sold a lot of tickets against Ryan Garcia because of Ryan Garcia? And people are looking at, including myself, are looking at the tickets that are available and how the tickets are actually being sold for the Barclays Center, as many people predicted that, or some people predicted, that Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney would break the Barclay attendance record set by Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, before I get into the details, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so much for your continued support, and thank you to everybody that supports and super thanks. It's a great way to sponsor YouTube videos. Absolutely means a lot. But let's get into this, because first things first, that ticket, that fight at present is not the tickets are not flying off the shelf. In fact, I've been looking at StubHub tickets for the last couple weeks. Also, other people have been reporting and showing other sites for the tickets, and the tickets are moving slowly. There's a little graphic on the page when you try to buy a ticket from StubHub, and it says how many tickets have sold over a course of time, and then it says how many new tickets have been added. Now, I assume that the added tickets are resale tickets, where somebody bought the ticket and now they're putting that ticket up for sale. Well, what I've seen for the last couple weeks has been that there has been about 5 or 6 tickets sold a day. And actually, on some days, it's been less than that, been 2 over the last day. And then as we get closer to the fight, it's picking up in its pace to 20 plus tickets sold over the last day. But every time I see it, there's more new tickets added for the fight than there is tickets that are sold. Now, is that is not a foolproof way to see what the ticket sales are. And obviously there's things you got to take into consideration, like the fact that the fight is still a month away and many people will be buying tickets closer to the fight date, right? And that's a smart thing to do, because you really never know if any fight is going to get canceled. Also, tickets can be higher priced at the beginning, and if they're not selling well, the prices can go down towards the time that you get closer to the fight. And honestly, that is actually what has happened with the Devin Haney Ryan Garcia fight. When they first started publicizing the tickets, the nosebleed seats were anywhere between $400 and $1,000, and now you can get them for $190. You can get them for $200. There's still some that are pretty high up top. Still, I think too high of a price for that fight, but still, the prices have come down, so that should spur more people to buy the tickets. However, as it addresses the point of whether or not this is going to mean, what does this mean? Well, number one, that nobody is, let's just assume that the fight doesn't wind up just turning around and doing exceptionally well in the last week of the ticket sales, because that's possible, right? However, I know people in New York, people come on the channel and talk, that are in that area, and say, look, man, ain't nobody buying in New York coming to buy a Devin Haney Ryan Garcia fight for $1,000 a pop for a floor seat. It's not going to happen. It's not that big event. It's not that big of an event. And also, you have to take into consideration that versus Gervonta Davis, who's from Washington, D.C., and Washington, D.C. is literally a train ride. It's a train ride to New York City. You can be there in a couple hours, especially if you take that high-speed train to New York City. You can be there. People will go to and from New York to DC all the time. So you have a lot of people, the fan base, and I know he's not from DC. I'm sorry, he's from Maryland. Same thing, DC, Baltimore, Maryland area. All of that, you can get right back up there and get there very, very quickly. So and I know that he's from Baltimore, which is not the DMV. Forgive me for misspeaking, but still, Baltimore, you can get to New York the same way very, very quickly. People get to Baltimore to New York all the time. So you have the ability to have people from his hometown go in there and people from the metropolitan area that knew Gervonta Davis to go there. And then also when he fought there, he fought against Hector Garcia. Hector Garcia is a Dominican fighter. He's fighting against a Dominican fighter in New York City where there's a very big Dominican population. Well, you have a black fighter from California or Nevada, whichever one you want to say he's from, and you have a fighter, a Californian Mexican. Two California guys coming over to New York. Do you have anybody that is around your neighborhood, people that are that have known you, that large numbers of your fan base right there that are going to travel all the way across the country for that fight, especially under the circumstances that it looks like this fight is taking place, where one guy has the fight before last, he lost on a very big stage, and he's been acting very erratic during the entire time of this promotion. Also, you still do not have, as of right now, they do not have an undercard for the fight, with a local fighters that would attract people to that fight. I don't know, man. It just seems real funny. Now, so is this going to mean that Devin Haney is not the face of boxing if it doesn't sell out well? No, it is not going to mean that in and of itself, but it's definitely not going to help the argument. However, even if he did sell out Barclays Center, it still wouldn't make him the face of boxing. That's just something people are saying to try to give him that moniker and try to build a lot of momentum behind him. But this right here looks like a bad look. Now, I will tell you what could absolutely make this look wonderful is if they wind up getting a lot of people in that stadium, however they get a lot of people in that stadium, and Devin Haney winds up knocking out Ryan Garcia. If he winds up knocking out Ryan Garcia and he knocks out Ryan Garcia like knocks him out like he can't get up, knocks him out, not take a knee, I'm punking out type knock him out, right? And that is what happened with Gervonta. Gervonta decked him, right? And then Gervonta cracked him to the rib, and he didn't get up because he looked like he didn't, that was whack. That was whack. But whatever, as long as it ain't one of those moves, and Ryan Garcia actually gets stopped, then hey, man, you'll get a lot of extra motion and a lot of extra attention based off the highlights coming off that fight, and I think it will push him in that direction. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.